Hey, big man, how you doing? Okay, we reached 3,000 in bullet. Unfortunately, my extended period of playing with you guys in blitz and getting flagged repeatedly, plus potentially playing some bad moves, means that I'm pretty far ahead on the blitz rating. So we're gonna try to get the blitz where the bullet is, and if we make that happen, I will consider playing some 10-minute games. I know some people were asking about that earlier. Hey, Snakey, first on the scene as always. Halvard, how are you doing? Hey, well, long time no see. Yeah, likewise. Um, and I have a ton of challenges. It seems like people are really missing playing some Blitz. I have been doing the bullet craze because I really enjoyed winning games. I must admit. Winning games at the rate I was winning in 1 minute chess it felt good. Bullet better than Blitz? Well, I tend to agree, Halvard. But now that we have made a big milestone in Bullet, we're gonna give Blitz a go, and Battery Bob is first in line. You're too drunk to crush me today, Mario? Wow. I didn't know you let such trivial things stop you as being drunk. Okay, we're trying something new. We're playing like I don't know what to call this. It's a weird thing. Regardless of what you call it, it's weird. But I mean, I'm pretty happy. I have some central control. This isn't too shabby. Maybe I should have played e6, but I'm afraid that I would just end up a pawn down. This must be garbage. Not when I'm playing, Mario. Not when I'm playing. In the hands of the hammer, things just become monstrous, even though you're not expecting it. Hey Nicola, how are you doing? Hammer likes his endgames. Yes, that is very true. We're being very aggressive with our king. Hey Viral. Okay, I'm not sure about this move because I'm weakening the pawn on c4, but apparently I am in an aggressive mood today, and you shouldn't stop your hand when it wants to go crazy. Just to let it do its thing. Hey Krishna. Ooh, he took that one. That's a bit surprising to me. I'm gonna take back with the rook. Because now I get the pressure against the pawn on b7. I'm ready to get my knight into the d5 square. And I feel like all my pieces make sense in this situation. Hey Crow. Hey Jam Snacker. Hammer horror. If you're talking about going into an endgame against me, then yeah, that definitely is a horror show. Because then bad things happen to you. We just attacked both his knight and his bishop. But Battery Bob getting out of it in style. That was the only move he could have played. Although I made a huge mistake taking that. I could have gone here. I was afraid of takes here, but probably I could get out of that. No, I'm happy with what I did. It was a bit risky. Um, but what is the next step in my master plan? Because losing that bishop was kind of unfortunate. I would rather have the bishop than, not have the bishop. Maybe this is good. Okay, this is gonna get a bit weird. He's gonna take this one. I'm gonna go king e4. He's gonna take. Yeah, this is gonna get a bit strange. We'll see what happens. Ah, Bob. Why are you taking my pieces? How rude. I think we'll take this one. And then take this one. And we're threatening this one. And it's not so easy for him to stop that. And like, if the bishop goes back, then I can just get my rook involved. We actually got a bit of an attack going on, even though it's an endgame. Didn't you have knight b6 there? Now that you mention it, knight b6 would have been interesting. But rook d8 is a check, so he gets his rook away from the knight's attack. Hey, Springer. King e4 and we win King of the Hill. Yeah, that's one way of playing it. I think I'm gonna be reasonably happy just being a pawn up. This has been a very complex game, but I end up with a pawn up, with a knight in the center. Well, we're not gonna be greedy. We're gonna be happy about that. Hey CJ. I didn't see your comment. Okay, he did a good job of exchanging away, um, my best pieces. However, we're still sitting here with a pawn up, so that's pretty good. And I think I'm just gonna push this guy. I think it's safe. If rook c8 and rook c1. And this pawn is just gonna be super annoying for him. One here? Wow. Shame on that one strain for not helping the others in their formation. Yeah, so bishop d6. I was thinking this was gonna be super easy, but I suppose it's not super easy. But I'm also winning on time, so I don't need to win because I'm playing good moves. I can just win on time. Rook e2 is probably the best try. Any plans for the candidates? No random name. It's funny you mention it. I was actually gonna. I was gonna. Well, no one has contacted me. I don't feel very wanted. No one has like come to me and said, "Jon Ludvig, you are one of the top commentators in the world of chess. Would you like to be a part of our candidates commentary?" No one has said that. Um, which makes me, yeah, it makes me feel like maybe I'm not the greatest commentator of all time. But that can't be right. I almost never do commentary in English. It's actually something I want to try to do more, but unfortunately my commentary skills seem to be only well known within Norway. So for the moment, I am free for the candidates. Maybe I don't know, look at some chess, something like that. You're not in the candidates? Yeah, wow, that's sensational, Payavas. Good game, Bob. Norwegian TV show? Yeah, Jam Snacker. I tried pitching the Norwegian TV that we should broadcast the three last rounds of the candidates tournament when Magnus's challenger is decided. And I was telling them that they should try to get Magnus as the commentator, commentating on his own challenger. But I don't know what happened with that. I'm anything, any TV time with Magnus is very valuable. So they probably tried to get him but couldn't do it. You and Peter on chess 24. Well, random name Peter Svidler is doing opening preparation for Alexienko, for one of the participants. So I don't think Svidler is available. I'm actually not sure who's doing the chess 24 stuff. I'm guessing it's gonna be Fress and Jan, something like that. I can't actually imagine Magnus sitting there for 9 hours being interested in the games for that whole time. Yeah, but we don't really care, mate. We don't really care whether he's interested or not. If we can get him to say yes and come on the show, people are gonna want to watch that. And viewership numbers are gonna be insane. No King's Gambit for Alexenko. Jamsnacker is Svedler well known for being very anti King's Gambit. Is that what you're saying? Hey Erickson, how are you doing? What 9 hour games do I see? Yeah, no, that's 9 hour games also probably not gonna happen. Fortunately, they're not that crazy. I'm guessing 6 hour games is the longest, but I still think 6 hours is too long. How does everyone know already that Peter's doing work for Alexenko? I thought it was written somewhere, Mario. But also, I mean, Alexenko is from St. Petersburg, and they're like a group of players working together from St. Petersburg, I think. Like Vityugov, Svidler, Matlakov, Alexenko. I think like that entire group is just working together. Alexenko will do well to score -5. You're very mistaken, random name. He's gonna get much, much more than -5. Well, maybe not much more, but like he's not gonna be like clearly worse than the other guys. Hammer wouldn't even score -5. No, I would probably not score -5, but I'm confident that Alexenko will. Thanks, TJ, assuring me that I haven't revealed unknown details. Knight c5 is very strange, because where is this knight going to go further? And more so, it's going to be such a target of attack coming up. I don't like this move. What is -5, -4? Explain. So CJ, normally in chess, it's very common to use, instead of talking about a specific score, which will be different depending on how many rounds there is in a tournament, you often talk about the score in relation how many wins you get compared to losses. So a -5 score means that you lose 5 more games than you win. Um, So -5 in a 9-round tournament, for instance, would be 2 points out of 9. Five losses and 4 draws. But in a 14-round tournament, like the candidates, -5 would then be, and then you do the math, right? 4 points out of 13. Of course, 4 points out of 13. Of course, there's no way. 4.5 out of 14 is the one. I am amazed how good this night turned out. I did such a bad job dealing with this guy. And now it's actually pretty well placed. Hey, Time God, how are you doing? Will Fabi and Alexenko do better than 50% together? Yeah, that's a good question, random name. I would think that's pretty close. Fabi doing +3 and Alexenko doing -3. Yeah, I could see that happen. For sure. You know who all the players' seconds are? Wow, CJ. Do you want to share with the class? I guess we know that Mickey Adams is working with Fabiano. Did you guys see that? Mickey was walking around in the background while Fabiano was playing Pro Chess League. I don't know if they meant to reveal him, but they certainly did. I don't think that was Adams. Yeah, it's so ridiculous. There's even people I know who have said out loud that no, I don't think that was Adams. Like Jonathan Tisdal on Twitter was like, I'm not sure that's Adams. I don't understand that. That is very confusing to me. How can you see a literal video of Adams and say, no, I don't think that's Adams? How many hours do professional players prepare? Use in. I'm not fully certain I understood everything you said there, Krishna, but they are definitely working very hard right now. Is 8 hours enough during training camps? I mean, it depends on who's doing the camp, I suppose. But normally 8 hours is nowhere near what a training camp would do, I suspect. I think normally you would be doing significantly more hours a day. But, I mean, one thing is doing the chess part, but then you also want to do some of the relaxing part and some, go swimming, go play some soccer, go, do stuff. So a day in a training camp before the candidates tournament is pretty extensive, but you might not. The day is not 100% chess either. Thanks for the game, Undisputed. Do you think the candidates will try to be more ambitious and more brave, riskier play than they usually do in tournaments? No, I don't think so, Smate. I think the more important the tournament, the less risk averse people get. No, the more risk averse people get. Which I think is only natural. But on the other hand, this is also going to be the tournament where if they have a good opening idea, they're going to use it. They're gonna use it for this tournament. Kupixad coming in with a Twitch Prime 3-month resub, getting the silver hammer. Thank you so much for the resub. My advice is the same for everyone, King John. This man just attacked 2 of my pieces at once. That's not good. This is why my blitz rating is not very good. You guys just, attack my stuff, and, that doesn't really help my results very much. I don't feel like I did anything wrong in this opening. I mean, I had an amazing opening here, and yet I'm down a pawn now. Do you think Fabiano can win without any huge luck? Well, yes, of course. I think Fabiano is a heavy favorite to win the tournament. I don't think he's going to need a luck necessarily to win it. Don't play the Berlin, but it's the best opening, Mario. I don't get it. It would be the greatest thing ever to see Sasha as the challenger. Does Gristruk have a very big fan base at Chess 24? I hear people are very happy with the work he did when he did the commentary for the World Championship match. He's very funny. He is kind of funny, Jam Snacker. It can't get better than Gristruk's commentary with Anish and Peter. I guess some of you guys are then hoping Gristruk doesn't win, right? Because you want him to do commentary instead. Or are you willing to let him win? You're willing to sacrifice your own entertainment for him to have some over the board success. He's a famous effing legend, says Viral. Yeah. Are you saying he's more of a famous effing legend than Galakamsky? Because in that case, we're gonna need to rebrand some stuff. If Geary wins the candidates, it's probably gonna be a really boring match. Why do you say so, Halvard? What makes you think so? Geary's not gonna win? I don't know. I mean, Geary's a pretty good player. I'm not gonna say he's the favorite, but I mean he's definitely got a chance. Good game, bait man. You held in there for a very long time, but when you got low on time, it was difficult to keep up the same quality. But I could tell you were playing really well there initially. More or less than 12.5% for Anish, probably a bit less, random name, but not much less. Most exciting games, Carlson Ding, maybe. But I think if you think Carlson Ding is more exciting than Carlson Karana, it's because Ding is not going to be as well prepared as Fabiano. Part of the reason why the match was pretty boring last time round was because Magnus was very poorly prepared with the white pieces and completely unable to create anything. So I think you're right that a match could probably be more entertaining if you get someone who's not as good preparing with the black pieces against Magnus. Uh, King John, I sent you my command in chat. Maybe you weren't paying attention. Hey, Chigas. Yeah, I did see that. We were discussing it. There's genuinely people in chat who do not believe that was Mickey Adams. I have no words to you people. I don't know what to say. The guy was literally on video, and some people are still saying, "No, I'm not sure that was Adams." I find it very strange. Power of the Knights. I'm very tempted just to give up my bishop because of his username. However, I've already given up one bishop too many, so we're going to keep this last one. Will Fabi stick to Petra with black? Well, if it still holds up random name, then yes, I think so. And as far as I know, no one has really made any real improvements against the Petrov. Because Fabiano is willing to, defend a slightly worse position. And that's kind of Magnus's problem. If he wants more than a slightly better position, then, he's gonna struggle find anything against the Petrov. Do you think you will ever be a second again? No, Shotgun. Actually, I don't think so. It's a bit sad, but I think my time is over. Whenever I watch the top tier playing and stuff like that, I feel very out of date. I feel like I haven't really kept up my knowledge in a very long time. Power of the Knights is killing me here. I don't understand how I get killed every single time I play Blitz. It's not, yes, I'm not massively focused, but I'm focused enough to beat a 1500. And yet, I'm getting outplayed on both sides of the board. It all started when I gave away my bishop for a knight. I shouldn't do that. Maybe Adams has a second job in pizza delivery. Yeah, Jam Snacker, but for a pizza delivery guy, that man seemed awfully interested in what was going on Fabiano's board on the computer screen. Hey, pizza delivery guy, what should I do in this position? Hmm. Yeah, but it's not really avoiding the Petrov ordinary. It's just going into a sideline that Fabiano is also going to be extremely well prepared in. What's the difference between Andrew Tang and Ali Reza? Well, I mean, Ali Reza is like 250 points higher rated. Do you mean like beyond that, or why Tang can't improve? I don't know what you're saying, Krishna. Sorry. I'm getting outplayed. This is very sad. I mean, I'm getting really outplayed. Okay, we're gonna try to get the king over here ASAP. Yeah, Mario. Karana had a leak during the match where they posted a video where you could see like the names of openings he had prepared. It was it was pretty embarrassing for the team, I think. Oh, really, Sergey? You tried playing Age of Empires? That's interesting. Yeah, I haven't played that in a very long time. Maybe that's what I should be looking into. Power of the Knights is just making a draw here. Easy draw against the Grandmaster. I don't know how to deal with this. Nicola gifting a sub to Mario. Thank you so much, Nicola. Okay, he moved his king away from where stuff was happening. I feel more confident about flagging him now. He keeps moving his king away from the action. Now I'm gonna get the knight capturing more than one pawn. Johnny Yuma coming in with a tier 3 sub for 2 years running. Thank you so much, Johnny Yuma. Yeah, Power of the Knights. Power of the Knights is defeated by the Power of the Knights. Good game though. That was that was just a very equal game until he decided to go with the king in the wrong direction. Good game, guys. Hey Albertron, how you doing? King John, in my general opinion, I feel like you can play openings that just concentrates on development and getting your pieces out, stuff like that. Uh, I I don't think deep opening knowledge is really very necessary, especially not at 1800. Maybe like 2300 you start thinking about learning some openings, proper openings, but until then you got to know some tricks and how to avoid them. Irved coming in with the 100 Shamrock bits. Thank you so much. That is important information, CJ. Thank you for the 100 love bits. John Tadros, you're up. It's your move. So why are you teaching Bota's openings? I'm just doing things she wants to look at. Random name. And if you notice, we just as much as discussing specific opening moves, we're discussing the plans that arise from those positions. So it's not really about learning openings, it's about being familiar with the kind of play that arises from an opening. Because if you're studying openings, you should not be doing that with a coach. That should be just you looking through the game database and seeing what are the most common moves and learning those common moves. Actually, for studying openings, I think what's it called? Chessable. Chessable is very good for opening studies for when you're just trying to memorize lots of common lines and how to deal with it. What? You're not a fan of flowers, CJ? Johnny Yuma not only coming in with the big anniversary, 2 year sub anniversary, he's also here with a 10 gifted subs to Reinbach, to Dean, to Burns a lot, Chiropractor, Reuter, Aya, to King John, to Joseph, to Askug, and to Shartan. Thank you so much, Johnny. Can we go over the main ideas of the English? No, Evcon. I'm out here playing games, getting them rating points. We don't have time to do opening analysis. But if you are interested in openings for 1800 level players, King John, I would very much recommend that you check out the video series I made for Chess 24, because that is aimed at precisely that kind of level, and it's got some solid lines that can last you for a lifetime. Wait, Jam Snacker, are you suggesting that I should be considering my advice from a marketing standpoint? Well, if that is your opinion, Jam, then I will say buy everything I have ever done. That's the best stuff. You don't get better stuff for any kind of opening studies than, the Hammer approved thingies. Well, CJ, you shouldn't get, live flowers. You should do what I do. I always buy the plastic flowers. That's the good stuff. That's gonna last you for a long time. And you're not gonna, feel bad about killing it because it's not physically possible to kill it. Chat, let me know where your head's at. Are you with me? Are we the plastic flowers crew here, or are you more old school? Chessable is very confusing because it forces you to memorize the lines without understanding the intention behind most of the moves. Yeah, but at the same time, that's kind of what memorization is. Um, but yeah, I get your point. You may want to study openings with the help of a coach to understand. Well, basically, it's what I'm saying, that when I study openings with Botes and someone was trying to levy that as proof that I was advocating openings, but really what we're doing is studying plans of what can arise um, in that opening, and as such, it's more of a middle game study than it being opening study, because you want to understand the meaning and the intentions behind the moves. And for me, that's just per definition not opening studies. And very often, opening studies can lead to middle game kind of studying. So very often when I look at chess, I basically only look at the openings. But that doesn't mean that openings is the only thing I learn, because I also learn how the position often develops after the opening. So I kind of get opening moves and middle game plans all in one little nice package. Jam Snacker, I'm glad you like my video series. I put a lot of effort into that. Old school, 100%. Yeah, CJ is plastic. CJ knows what's good. I need to figure out what to do with this knight, because it cannot move anywhere. Addict looking forward to Move Trainer 2.0 will improve Chessable significantly. That sounds interesting, but I don't know what it actually means. Um, yes, Smate. The upcoming video series will be a black repertoire to complement the white repertoire. Would you beat Capablanca? I don't really know. It's an interesting question though, but it just it's almost impossible to know, to compare people across different times. I tricked him. That's good, CJ. For sure you would beat Nimsowich? I don't know. How would I know, Hyata man? How, I cannot compare myself with a guy from 150 years ago. I would think so. I think I could beat a lot of people. I beat Magnus, but at the same time I lost to you. So, performances are very up and down. I can beat anyone on any given day, but I can also lose some shocking games as well. That sounds good, Addict. You shouldn't be limited to just one move. I agree. Um, that's actually really annoying because he's threatening to take my pawn here, and it's not clear to me how I make progress. Actually, it is. I figured it out. We're just gonna go crazy here. I'm getting low on time. This is not great. Yeah, I'm really not playing this very well. this really not checkmate? I feel bad. Feels bad. Okay, just gonna have to flag him. Yeah, I could have played that endgame better, but we get the win in the end. That's what matters. Even after I said you cannot really compare people across time, you keep asking the same question over and over. Would you beat this guy? Would you beat this guy? Would you beat this guy? I don't know. Yeah, that rook d7 pre-move was not very good, Hourton. I agree. There was some g5, g4 things in the position. It could have gone pretty poorly. Did you just say thanks, Jan, King John? I literally have the same name as you. I'm very upset right now. Mario, you're up. Sergey, I haven't read Lasker. I read Irva. Irva had a 2-book thingy on the middle game, which my coach was very fond of. And he thought this is the proper chess education for your little kids. And so I had to read Irva on the middle game, all the pawn structures. It was interesting. Yoon. Yes, addict. Scandinavians in chat, they know. Okay, we're gonna do this. It's a bit weird, but I think we're gonna get away with it. That was not the best move. Yes, it is true. He said before the stream started, I am too drunk to beat you. I wasn't sure whether he was fully telling the truth, but after that move, I think we can confirm he is not sober. That man was not sober. Overton, I mean, if you like the classics, then the Irva book I was talking about is definitely an option. But I would probably be more into something like middle game book. I would say something like Marin, Mihail Marin. He has the Learn from the Legends by Mihail Marin, I think is very good. And he also has one kind of attacking things in chess. And also his opening book on the Spanish for Black is just as much a middle game book as a opening book. Because he goes through all of the possible standard kind of Spanish middle games. So Michal Marin, I would recommend Overton. Wow, Hiata man, wondering if he would be 10-year-old Hammer. I think you would. I think you would stand good chances against a 10-year-old me. Let's see, as a 10-year-old, I was like 1300, 1400. I think you could manage. That's the one, Oliver. Do you know it? Is bishop d7 a good move instead of bishop h7? Yes, Kasadin. It's you cannot go bishop h7 because then people go e6 and your whole king side gets messed up in a bad way. I almost said effed up, but it's basically the same thing. I'm tempted to make a little sacrifice here. Let's start by taking this one. Kind of doesn't work. So takes, bishop e3. Bishop e3. If I can just find something against bishop e3. Yeah, I don't think I'm finding anything. Let's take this one, see what happens. Then take this one. Then do this. Back to Blitz again? Yeah, Henker. We're gonna try to make both ratings 3000. That's the new goal. How old is your Chess 24 profile photo? I prefer not to answer that question, Nicola. I prefer not to answer. It's from 2010. It's from the event where I met Danny. True story. Very first time I met Danny was at this tournament. Okay, this stuff has gotten weird. But that's what happens. When people play the French, things get weird really fast. This is a Caro? Well, it started out as a Caro Khan, then it became a French-ish thing, and now it's just weird. Definitely just weird. I guess we'll take the queen. Ah, I could have taken on d4. I regret not taking on d4. Ooh, that rook is basically trapped. White is dead? I like to think so. But there's still some work to be done. Okay, now white is very dead. All my bishops got into the game. That is going to be a problem. Big problem. just taking everything. Poor guy. Good game, Tom. It was interesting. I was calculating here. I wanted to make knight takes d4 work here. The idea was that if knight takes, then I sacrifice my rook, sacrificing in exchange. But white's king is probably just completely defenseless. And I'm threatening the pawn on e5, and there's a huge chance of everything collapsing. Unfortunately, I couldn't find a move against bishop e3. And then after f4, king takes f4. It's so close. You know, you feel like there's got to be something here, but I couldn't find anything. Nicola, did you... I like the way you phrased it, though. In which two knights proved superior to the bishops. It sounds as if it just happened by an accident. It would be worse if you said something like, which proved that two knights were superior to the bishops. The way you phrased it, I'm gonna choose to understand it as if it just by some miracle the knights turned out to do pretty well. But frankly, one of the reasons we won this game was that our knights were jumping around, causing all sorts of trouble for white. Okay, next up is Syrian and then Springer, followed by Ericsson. Ericsson is now having a 600 rating. Do we need to contact Chess24 support? Have you been resigning games, Ericsson? On purpose? 600. That was a bit low for you, I feel. Or did you just go on a proper tilt after getting destroyed in Bullet the other day? Feels bad. Okay, we'll go with a pawn, 2 moves. Seems legit, CJ. Marius, actually, the cup match that was supposed to be on the heels of my stream has gotten rescheduled. So Ray Robson was supposed to have one of his Banter Blitz Cup matches today, but now it's just there's nothing on the schedule. Maybe we can just continue our stream. Syrian lost his internet connection. Feels bad. Poor guy. We hadn't even gotten out of the opening. Okay, Nicola, no Serbian talk when I can tell you're talking about me. Nicola putting my name in chat in a foreign language thinking I'm not going to know this. Oh, my cup of tea. Oh, today we're doing 4 red fruits, Marius. I don't know why, but I've kind of started doing that. Okay, this might be crazy. This might be crazy what I'm about to do. But I feel like this is a reasonably thematic move in this opening anyway. Oh man. This is why I lose rating, actually, thinking about it. This is why I lose rating. Because I do such silly, very... I just get a whim to do something crazy, and then I get a bad position, and then I lose chess games. But here we are, pushing our pawns on the king side. Wow, Mario is not happy with my g5 move. Horrible, he says. No, 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 no. No, you don't have the right appreciation of dynamics like I do. I am well known dynamic player. I know all the tactics. Wow, Marius, you turned 30? How was it? Did you have like a heart attack or something? Was there a physical manifestation of your now advanced age? Man, so many people I know have their 30th birthday this year. Cause it's my time. Everyone I went to school with, everyone is having their 30th this year. Yeah, queen to h7 is a huge problem. I can go check and queen f5, but then I'm just gonna lose tons of pawns. I'm in big trouble here. I've really thought I had an okay position. Okay, let's try this move. Ah, no, 95. Yeah, maybe I could survive. Okay, we're gonna try this move. We'll see what happens. I think he's gonna give a check. I'm gonna move my king. He's gonna castle. I'm gonna get my knight out. Could be worse. I'm not down any material. This is playable? Yeah. I do that, Mario. I take the unplayable and I make it playable. Because I'm a grandmaster. We can do that kind of thing. But I'm not super happy. I really want to go c5 at some point, but the problem is he can just take it. And then I'm going to have like a whole new batch of problems. Okay, I'm starting to think this is the play. Was not expecting that move. I feel like that made it a lot easier on me. He's still coming into e7 with something. We'll be fine. We'll be fine. Hey, C Nation. When Hammer isn't getting dubs, he's beating up viewers. Oh, speaking of dubs, I have some news. I have very exciting news I want to share with everyone. Number one, I got my printer working today. Very happy. Big dub. Okay, was not expecting that move. I got my printer working today, and I got my first trap kill ever. That's not entirely true. I have gotten trap kills before, but that's just when I placed traps randomly somewhere on the map. But today I actively tried to trap someone who came into my box, and I did it. Unfortunately, he managed to shotgun me 4 times before the trap went off, and so he killed me. But I killed him also. After my death, I killed him. That's how good we are. How did you fix your printer? Oh, that is the big question, Marius. I got lucky with my Googling, and I found a web page that allowed me to. I need to play a bit quicker here. Oh, that's such a good move. I'm very happy with that move. Huge move there. Huge move. Man, I should have gone one step further down. Man, okay. I'm about to lose on time. And I'm down a lot on the position as well. This is not optimal. But I guess we'll just put things close to the king and hope for the best. It's time to get ready for the flag. I'll have to move this one again. Oh man, this is not good. He's just going to keep attacking my rook. I'm continuing the printer story afterwards. But we're going to need to deal with this situation first. He's going to want a queen trade. I need to stop that. Oh, I needed to stop the queen trade. I even said so out loud. Wow, I got the win on time. I'm such a good flagger. If he hadn't exchanged the bishops, if he had moved away, I would have had this check. And then I still get a new queen. What story got ugly, Henker? Oh, the trap? Oh, yeah. Yeah, it was bad. I wish the trap would just set off earlier. And also, I didn't know how to defend myself after I had put down the trap. Because was I supposed to like duck or was I supposed to be jumping around? Because I was kind of trapped in the same box with him while he was just, being very desperate and trying to shoot me with his gun and frankly succeeding. But to the printer. What happened was that I found a web page where someone had the same question as I did. However, that web page had only been visited by 3 people in the past. So apparently, this was a very unusual problem, and I was lucky to find someone who had had the same issue. And I was told to install some kind of help software to trouble check and what had gone wrong. And it turns out what had happened was that the printer I had registered as my main printer had the same name as the printer I wanted to connect, but in fact, it wasn't the same one for some reason. So basically, what happened was that my scanning had worked just fine, but my printing had not worked because apparently this printer, when I installed the software, it had created like a ghost printer which I had chosen as my standard printer, and I managed to switch it from the ghost printer to the actual physical one I have, and voila, everything was solved. That was a really long-winded story, and I think the important thing to take away from that is that I fixed it. Now the story has ghosts. Yes. Which printer do I have? It's a very cheap, nice printer. And frankly, I use the scanner more than I use the printer. It's a HP 2600 series or something. DeskJet. DeskJet is what it's called. Wow, Ericsson's new profile picture is keep calm, it's hammer time. Scanner to forge documents. Well, I mean, they're useful multi-tools, Marius. They can be used for a lot of different things. You only use a printer because you have kids in school? Well, to give the example of what I did today, Hiataman. Today I had to sign a contract. Um, so for me, that is the most common use of the printer, contracts and such. I feel like Ericsson didn't play this correctly, and yet he's gotten a completely okay position. I don't know how that happened. How does that differ from a printer, Hiataman? Oh, you have a thing that can create a signature on a PDF document? That's interesting. I am intrigued. Tell me more. This guy is decent for a 600. Yeah, he's just. Last time we played against Ericsson, he was 2800. I feel like he's just messing with my rating at this point. Man, I blundered bishop a3. Yeah, there's nothing much I can do about it. Oh, this is depressing. I'm so bad. Oh wow, he didn't play, but wow. He could have just played bishop takes c6. That was just good for him. This is just bad for him. Wacom tablet is basically a touchscreen for your PC. I'm very intrigued. Tell me more. where do you buy such a device? What does it cost? Okay, I'm actually tempted to taking this pawn on h4, but let's not go absolutely crazy. Let's just go moderately crazy. Hey Sean, can't you use an iPad with a pen now? Maybe I can, Marius, but don't I then need to buy such a pen? I mean, I feel like all of the suggestions you guys are having involves more equipment than I have. I'm seriously considering just taking this one. Oh wait, I'm very low on time. How did this happen? Really? Time goes by that quickly? I'm amazed. I'm actually pretty happy with my decision there. Uh, wow, that is freaky. Very freaky move. Yeah, I just choked there big time. Oh man, why did I choke? That was so unnecessary. I forgot about this pawn. Oh man. Ugh. I got so low on time. Ugh. Oh well. Yeah, it was a 3 minute game and I wasn't really paying attention to the time. I had such a good position. I had such a good position, and then suddenly here I discovered that I'm spending too much time. What to do? Hyataman has used some hammer points to jump the queue and is our next opponent. The benefits of a capitalist society. I don't think it's going to be easier for me to making 3,000 when we have people in chat actively trying to ruin their rating before ruining mine. I'm very interested in knowing how you managed to get such a low rating, Erickson. Oh man, that's gonna hurt for Ryata, man. I suspect. It's better losing an exchange than losing a rook, though. I'm not sure that was the best way to deal with what happened. Oh, he forgot. Yeah, he ultimately sacrificed a, but actually now he's gonna get some counterplay against my knight on f3. Maybe I'm not even sure it was a good decision to go for the rook there. But it was too tempting. After he had already given a piece, trying to avoid that discovered attack, only for it to happen a couple moves later. Are we just gonna give away the queen? I think so. We gotta make this a bit interesting. I'm not sure this qualifies as a bit interesting. We have a knight and two rooks and a weakened king for a queen. It's not super good chances for black here. Really, Johnny? Did you come into Oslo from out of town? That's disappointing. Yeah, they're definitely better for Thursdays, Fridays, and Saturdays. Other than that, I get the impression that nightlife is a different beast. I didn't know that, Snaky. Hey Vegar, how are you doing? I'm having deja vu for this opening. This is what Narayanan played against me at least once. He didn't get a very good opening though. I don't think it's supposed to be very good for black, but he made it work. Ah, that's nice, Johnny. Hmm. Which platform is this? This is Chess24, Vegar. This is a Norwegian-owned platform. To be a bit patriotic, Norwegian style. Norwegian-owned platform. How scared about the coronavirus are you in Norway? I think people are actually getting a bit scared, Sergey. But I am not scared at all. Maybe I'm being too nonchalant, but I don't think this is gonna affect my life in any way whatsoever. Yeah, sure, Snakey, go ahead. Norwegian part-owned platform, yes. Like many oil platforms, yes, we do. We do platforms very well, Irv. Ulan gifting a sub to Vega. Thank you so much, Ulan. I did not play this very well. Suddenly, he has more central pawns than I do. I wasn't supposed to give away all my central control. Now the only thing I need to do is actually check it out, though. Snaky. I'll open it in a tab on my computer. Yeah, I know World Health Organization has called it a worldwide concern. I just really don't think it's gonna affect Norway a lot. But I mean, I'm flying out to Hamburg at the end of the month, so that's gonna be a bit more, in the world where it actually happens. We'll see. I think it's gonna be fine. What? Was that a mouse slip? I don't know what that was, but it's a win. Just don't bring it back here. I don't think it's in Hamburg though either. Ulan gifting a sub to T. Thank you so much, Ulan. Which time should we challenge you, Heisenberg? You can challenge me either a 3 minute or a 5 minute game. I I can't tell whether you're kidding or not, Snaky. Sketch, this is chess 24. It's as I was saying, this is a Norwegian-owned website of sorts. It's part of the Play Magnus company, owned by, amongst others, Mr. Magnus Carlsen. Hey Jake, how are you doing? Catalonia, are you in chat here? You're up. It's time to make a move. I need you to make a move because I'm struggling even to get up to 2900. Ericsson the Sandbagger coming in, ruining everything. Hey Andrea, how are you doing? Good morning? Shouldn't you be in school or something, writing essays? Hanging out on Twitch, that's one way to live your life. But I thought it was the way you live your life after all other options are exhausted. You finished your essays. Well done. I know at least one person who's going to be very happy about that. Anonymous, gifting a sub to Andrea. Thank you so much, Anonymous. Yeah, how is the new channel, Andrea? Fill me in. How is it? I see that you're making Instagram videos. Is that your new thing now? Sergey, it's actually funny you mentioned the SARS virus because there's a chess story about the SARS virus that Simon Augustine and a group of his students were actually quarantined in Norway back in 2004 or something as they were coming home from a chess tournament in China. They were quarantined because of the SARS virus. I don't really remember the details. I was not very old at that point. But there is some history there. Well done, CJ. Wow. Andrea, are you saying you cannot make good Instagram hashtags? even your abilities are not able to make Instagram hashtags good. That doesn't sound promising. Yeah, I don't think they were in I don't think they were in quarantine for very long though, Sergey. I feel like it was just a day or two. But I we really should Google the old newspaper clippings from that time because it's well in hindsight it's funny is maybe not the right word, but it's interesting. Okay, I'm very unhappy with the move I just made. I opened up the position and I voluntarily put my queen on the same diagonal as white's bishop. I feel like this is not going to work out for me. The knight on e5 is kind of doing a good job restricting my pieces. I'm just going to go back home. I'm glad you understand, CJ. We thank you for your understanding. I'm actually concerned about all the pieces Catalonia is currently pointing against my king. We're gonna move some pieces over to this side of the board. Favorite Botas in the chat. Wow. I didn't realize we had so much Andrea love in the house. Mario, I definitely forgive you. I will take your rating points whatever way I can. Yeah, no, a 5 or 3 minute dealer's choice. You're probably more likely to beat me for 3 minute challenges. Just gonna put that out there. Surprisingly strong chess player? Wow. There was a time when I was telling both Andrea and Alexandra that I thought Andrea's instincts were better than Alexandra's. She wasn't a big fan of that assessment. Are you following the Cairns Cup? No, I'm not. I'm not, Noah. Oh man, I blundered bishop takes f7, but I think it's going to be fine. Bishop takes f7, king h8. It's fine. Youngest kid always better. I don't know if that's true. I think actually in many cases, yeah, no, yeah, that is true actually. Yeah, because Magnus was younger than Ellen. He was younger than his sister, and that was kind of his motivation to get good, was beating his sister. So bishop takes f7. If I take back, then queen takes h5. Exploits the rook pointing down on the king. Although going back, probably this is also okay for me. Um, but I could also just move here, and there's no way to defend the rook on g5. Hey Alec, how are you doing? Yeah, good game, Catalonia. There were some sneaky tactics at the end there. Does that help your chess beating your sister? I think Oliver, it's extremely helpful having motivation. However, that motivation manifests itself, it's valuable to have. And this is a true story. Magnus, initially, the reason he wanted to get good at chess was to beat his big sister. Um, and at the beginning, his sister had more of an interest in the game than what he did. But of course, he broke that barrier pretty early on. But you know, it's the first threshold, and then you find new goals and new things to try. And probably what he wanted to do next after beating his sister was beating his dad, who's like a 2000 rated player. But he managed that as well. Which tournament are you playing, Andrea? Ooh, next up is Nicola in Ontario. Okay. I don't even know where Ontario is. I know it's Canada. And I know that about every city in Canada is close to the US border, but that's about it. Sibling rivalry is especially important when there's a close gap. Yeah, that's probably true, Marius. And this is interesting, Marius. Do you think sibling rivalry is bigger when it's a boy and a girl compared to when it's just, uh, or maybe it only affects boys? Andrea, would you say you've gotten better on account of you having the motivation to try and get better than Alexandra? Because I think a lot of boys, whether or not they have a sister or a brother, find some extra motivation in that kind of thing. But I'm not sure it's the same for girls. Yeah, no, not really. But on the other hand, like also mentioned, it could be because Andrea is so much younger. But it could also be that girls don't have that same. Yeah, rivalry in general, maybe also Mario. Didn't work. He tried. Good effort, Daddy Papa Botes, but no luck. Brotherly competition is 100% why I got into video games and especially shooters. Are you younger or older than your brother, Alec? I'm just gonna do this. We had a game very similar to this earlier. I'm just gonna put the knight on g7. Protecting some nice squares. You're younger and you became a better player than your brother, right? There's something to it. The younger brother, that's the guy who comes out on top. Actually, I like what this knight is doing. We're just gonna kick out this other guy. I don't know if that is true, actually, Time God. I'm trying to think of two sisters pushing each other with a rivalry. I mean, I guess the go-to example would have to be something like the Serena sisters, the Williams sisters. But I'm not sure they were pushing each other forward. Well, that's not true. They were pushing each other forward, but maybe not as part of a rivalry, maybe more as part of a friendship. Polgars? Yeah, no, I mean, I agree that it's a trend that the youngest person becomes the best. This is also true for the Norwegian runners, like the Ingebrigtsen brothers. It's like the younger they get, the better they get. But that's also because you amass a lot of, training. You get better with experience, and you get better coaching, and you know more what to look for and how to do things and so on and so forth. So I definitely think that the younger ones being better is a real thing. But I'm not sure about kind of rivalry pushing each other forward necessarily works the same way with sisters as with brothers, I guess is what I'm saying. The best Fun Forest brother is the oldest one. At the moment, I'm not sure that's gonna last though, Berserk. Also, Musichuk. Yeah, no, Musichuk is an interesting one, Noah. Musichuk is interesting because I was having some conversations with Anna at some point, and she was like, "No, I just want to help my sister get better. I don't really care about myself. I just want to help my sister." And at that point, Anna was like number three in the world for women. So it was, I don't know, I thought it was kind of strange. Okay, my king is not going to be super happy about the move I'm about to make, but we're going to do it anyway. We're doing a bit of a kamikaze thing here. This could go horrendously wrong. Did you believe her? Yeah, no, I definitely did. I think maybe knight e3 there, and I was in some very serious trouble. But frankly, I'm still in serious trouble. Ooh, he's threatening queen g6. This is not good. I shouldn't have done this. I knew that it was bad, and I still went through with it. Yeah, this is very bad. This is very bad. Usually, Nicola, it's possible to beat him on time, but I'm definitely not beating him on the board. You can take here, you can take here. So many good moves. If anything, he's just gonna get into more time trouble now because he has so many different good moves. Well, Noah, to be fair, I think my position was already bad before I played that silly move. I think I kind of got tempted into making that move on account of a lack of good options. Okay, we've we're in it. We're in it. So we might as well. We might as well go for it. He's gonna flag. Yeah. At least we get the rating points. But he can be happy with what he performed. Although we get the counter attack. See, sometimes people are so focused on your silly king being in so much trouble, they forget that you still have to take care of your guy. Your guy can get into some issues as well. Rook f1 was necessary? No, I think just g3. G3 and this king is not going to survive. Yeah, good game, Nicola. Not enough time. Yeah, fortunately for me, I played somewhat riskily. Riskily? Is that a thing? Risky? I was taking a huge amount of risks there. It worked out, but I lucked out, I think it's fair to say. Did we play against this guy today? I don't think so. You bet Alexandra is motivated to stay better than Andrea? Yeah, probably. Probably. She's not going to share that information, though. She's going to use it for her internal motivation and pretend like, oh yeah, no, Andrea, we're super close friends and you're so good at making Instagram posts. She's keeping her ambitions well hidden. Alexandra is more competitive than Andrea. Yeah, probably she is. I don't think anyone would disagree with that. Are you gonna play in the live tournaments into 2020? Yes, I am. Buy in. In fact, I'm playing a tournament next week. I'm posting the link in chat. I think he should have played Queen D7 there. And now, who knows what's going on? I know that I have no idea. It's tempting to give this check, though. Maybe even this check. Okay, we'll try this move. He has to go, I think. Yeah, no. I thought he needed to go rook b8, but maybe this can do the trick as well. No, I don't think this was good. I'll just take and go c5. Going for the soft pairings? Shut up, Jake. Shut up. But also, yes. I'm pretty good at beating weaker players. I don't know if you guys have noticed. I have a very high number of tournament wins compared to kind of what my rating is. So I'm pretty good at winning tournaments. Hammer's a bully? That's one way to describe it. Silly. His username actually is silly, so I'm allowed to say that. People will be hunting you as a trophy to hang on the wall, says Time God. They're welcome to, but I have won that tournament. This is the third time that tournament is being organized, and I have won both previous years. Yeah, Nicole. Magnus is well. I mean, Chessable is in the play Magnus kind of sphere family. But even so, I agree with Marius that it's amazing they get to use him on his rest day. That is some top tier access right there. Check. Take my pawn. I dare ya. It's not like he can really stop this anyway. Must defend your crown? Yes. I will defend my crown as the Krageher Chess Open champion. Oh, really, Oliver? That's good news. I guess I better check it out as well. Yoon is like a legend in Krageher. I mean, I can drive the golf carts like just as well as a person with a driver's license. I have I have I have caught the eye of other people while driving a golf cart. That's for sure. Kragehe is it's better in the summer. It's this really nice spa resort, but during the winter it's well basically no one is there, and that's why we get to use it pretty cheap. Um, but in the summer, it's an amazing place. I don't think Sergey is a grandmaster. No, Noah. I don't know how to play these kind of positions. It feels like this is completely okay for black, but I'm not really sure what to do. I'm actually considering doing this and then just getting the bishop out here. I'm quite fond of blue, Alexander. I think blue is pretty nice. Yeah, I just allowed him to go e4 under very nice circumstances. That was not impressive. Okay, I'm gonna do something weird. Trying to counteract this e4 thing. My golfing experience doesn't extend to that, Pinky. I think the answer is no. Man, this got pretty complicated. Let's start with taking this one and that one. And then this. Then he's gonna go here. But then I'm gonna go here. This is a weird position. Wow, you got banned, Pinky? Feels bad. How is that swimming pool a 3-star hotel? I don't understand what you're asking, Jake. Are you saying the Kragera Resort is only a 3-star hotel? I mean, maybe it is, but I mean, 4-star hotels basically doesn't exist in Norway. There's a ton of people, Noah, who's very good at Blitz, who's not grandmasters. I wouldn't say just because you're good at Blitz means that you have to be a grandmaster. There's a few 5-star hotels here. Really, Marius? Can you mention some? I can't think of any. The Thief? Okay, yeah, then you're going for like the most famous hotel in all of Norway. But other than The Thief, can you think of Noah, Frank? I don't know what to say. Being a grandmaster isn't as easy as you're making it out to be. You can't just be good at Blitz and then automatically be a grandmaster. I would guess Sergey has quite a far way to go to make the title. But now we're kind of just rubbing it in on the poor guy. Continental? No way Continental is a 4-star hotel, Marius. No way. Okay, things have gotten complicated, but I'm a piece up. I feel like that should count for something. What does Continental have? Just a crappy hotel, no? Oof. Big oof. Sergey goes down. Hammer playing g5. Pace off in a big way. The Hub is 4 stars? I haven't even heard of that one, Cheetahs. Maybe we're not talking about the same place, Marius. Oh, Theatercafé? Okay, we're not talking about the same place. I'm talking about some. I feel like there's some kind of military hotel. Hotel Continental. Okay, yeah, we're definitely not talking about the same place. Let me search military hotel Oslo. Saga Hotel Central? That can't be it. Yeah, I don't know what I'm confusing it with. I guess I don't really know hotels in Oslo anyway, because I have other accommodation possibilities here. We have a lot of challenges today. I'm gonna decline those people who have already played, and we'll extend the stream another hour since Ray Robson's Banter Blitz match was postponed, and we'll just keep going. How can you even pre-move queen takes g2? So much more fun to take with the bishops. Smate, it's closely connected with the fact that once you move one piece, your cursor is close to that piece. So in order for it in order to make kind of quick moves, very often you keep just continuing making the move that's closest to your cursor for a quick pre moves. So it's still a pretty decent collection of hotels, though, Marius. You were pretty sure knight d5 was winning, Sergey? Oh, that's interesting. I thought you were in trouble at that point. But yeah, it was a very unclear position. Very difficult to understand what was going on. I thought maybe you should play something like h3, trying to break up stuff on the king side. Hey Luca, we got some great news. I'm going to Germany later this month to make the part two of the video series happen. Are you mocking me, Marius? I think I just confused it with something else. If you had to pick a country other than Norway to be born and grow up in, which one would you choose? Switzerland, probably. Not because I really like Switzerland or kind of have very pleasant memories from there, but I think just the concept of having a good chance of learning both French and German, and the mountain regions, and it's incredibly wealthy, just a high standard of living. Switzerland seems like a pretty good place. Because Hammer likes rich countries. Well, I mean, yes. I mean, I think everyone can agree that rich countries are better than poor countries. No? BSing, getting into some trouble with the knight attacking both the king and the queen at the same time. Will there be an ebook for the video series? No, Luca. You like Switzerland for its banks? I don't know if that's true. I don't have any familiarity with the Swiss banking system, but I am aware of their reputation. Jake is 2200. Is that shocking, Halvard? You got some money hidden in offshore accounts? No, unfortunately not. I'm very conscientious. I pay all my taxes as opposed to, Twitch and other multinational companies. Oh, you don't know what it means? You just hear it in a lot of movies? It's offshore. Offshore companies, Mijin. Yeah, unfortunately, he didn't have a choice though, McCaniac, because I was also threatening his queen, so it was like a three move combination, and just he got stuck with it. Wow. Apparently, Stockfish says the position I had against Sergey was lost. That wasn't my first instinct, but I guess we have to bow to the computers. They know more than us. Feels bad. I'm not super happy with how I played this. Should I have gone bishop g5? I thought I was doing fine here. But now he's going to go f6 and it's kind of annoying. Is Magnus going to play Fisher Random this year? I don't think it's going to be organized this year. I was talking to the organizers and they said they're probably going to do the next Fisher Random World Championship in 2021 so that it's on a rotating schedule and doesn't conflict with the World Championship proper. Yeah, I was kind of hoping he wouldn't understand that castles was good there. Because now if I take on c6, he can take and go rook c8. And my e-file is so weakened. I think I'm going to have to take this one instead and just play bishop a3. I need to have the knight here on e5 to just keep the e-file, my weaknesses along the e-file covered. Making sure that the rook cannot point down towards my pawn. Okay, what's next? Probably a rook on the c-file. Did I blunder b5? Takes. That's not great. I think he could have played b5 there. Takes. Takes. I'm not really finding anything I'm super happy with. Um, Black's position is annoyingly solid. I'm struggling to even find a single move I'm willing to play. I'm so gonna lose on time. Oh, this is not good. This is not good. This is not good. Takes. Okay, we can do that. No, we can't do that. This is bad. This is bad. Okay, we're gonna do that. Oh man, this was really, really bad. This was very, very, very bad. Super bad. And we're low on time. Ooh, he took it. I was not expecting that. I don't think that was the best move. Ooh, maybe it is though. Maybe my knight is getting trapped. My knight might be getting trapped. My knight might be trapped, actually. Let's go here. Yeah, I'm just dead, aren't I? I'm very dead. Oh, man. Oh, man. Okay, he could have played bishop b5 there. That would have been better. Now there's some trickiness happening. Bishop b5 instead of taking that pawn would have been a disaster. Now it's just impossible to tell what's going on. He's spending too much time now. He's getting into the flagging zone. Poor decision. You should never get into the flagging zone. If bishop g4, I have knight takes f6. That's pretty cool. I can probably do the same trick here. No, he can take with a pawn. What am I doing? That was so dumb. That was unbelievable. Unbelievably dumb. I was so obsessed with one of the ideas that I just completely forgot a similar idea. Turned on its head. Okay, but this pawn is going to be dangerous. He's going to regret letting me push this guy up. This might become very, very dangerous. This is going to be super, super dangerous. What's going on here? Difficult to tell. Okay, we get the win on time. Good game, Jake. I got outplayed at some point. And then I got back into the game. I just gave away a piece for free. It wasn't the proudest moment. I was so obsessed with this idea of playing knight takes f6 and then getting my rooks in on the 7th rank that when he played, so I was thinking if bishop here, then I can capture, and he has to my rook is attacking his rook, so he has to take back with the rook, and then I get the double attack and can take his bishop afterwards. And so because I was thinking about this idea, when he went bishop h5, instead of just doing h3, which is probably just winning, because his bishop gets kind of squeezed, then I took on f6, thinking that if you take with a rook, then I get this kind of clever idea, with the idea of threatening both the bishop and rook h8 checkmate. However, come to think of it, even bishop f7 is just easy to protect against that threat. So my peace sacrifice was just bad in so many ways. You could do it a move earlier? I don't think so. I don't think it was very good. If I do it here, then it just takes. I mean, I'm just giving away a piece for nothing. I can maybe make a draw, but I'm not even sure I can make a draw. The mouse sounds antiquated. I mean, okay. Are you saying it's old or it's noisy? It's pretty new. I'm not really sure mouse technology has developed that much. It doesn't have mouse buttons though. What is the mouse? We've done this before. It's like some thing you buy. Gaming mouse. Ooh. I don't really know what makes it a gaming mouse as opposed to just a normal mouse, but no, it's not Logitech. It's ADX. I don't really know. It's what they had at the store. I wasn't really I wasn't really going after the most fancy of mouses. I just got what they had in the store. I suddenly, apparently, I'm playing bullet chess. I played my 1 minute opening in a 5 minute game. This cannot possibly go well. Had at the board store, just buy anything? Yes, Lidsec. That is that is a solid philosophy when you are a chess player looking for a computer mouse. We don't really need anything super tricky. Magnus uses Super Pro gaming laptop when he plays on Lichess. Well, I mean, he uses a laptop that he bought. The fact that it's Super Pro basically just means that he's not an Apple guy. He probably considered, should I get the MacBook Pro or something similar? And you know, when you're a chess player, you're used to getting a pretty fancy gaming laptop because of the CPU required to run the chess engines. So it really doesn't have anything to do with gaming. It's more like being able to run chess computers on a laptop requires pretty state of the art stuff. I don't know all. I have seen a lot of the Fortnite pros saying that they really like having wireless mouses now. I also thought that wired mouses was all the rage. I have a wired mouse because I'm old school. Very lightweight mouse. Yeah, that's probably. We probably need to consider our computer mouse purchases, Zoe. That seems like our number one priority. Wow. Chat hasn't really had that many opinions on my games and stuff like that. But once we started discussing computer mouses, that's when chat really went active. Interesting. Sorry, Nisha. I'm sorry I cannot fulfill the grammatical standards expected of chess streamers. But on the other hand, I'm very good at taking my opponent's pawns. So, I make do. Yeah, it's a funny concept, Bunkinator. I think for the animal, I definitely would have said mice. But for the computer accessory, I'm not sure. I think there might be a distinction there as well. Ooh, that's interesting, Vila. Yeah, I haven't gotten good enough for sense to matter yet, but I hope to get there at some point. Yeah, I understood that's what you meant, Bunkinator. And when you said it, it kind of made me also think that it might not be a grammatical thing, it might just be a weird thing. Computer rodents. Yes, that's better. What sense? It's how quickly the cursor moves across the screen compared to how far you move your mouse on the mouse pad. So basically, high sense, then you just jump from one place to another with very little movement. And a low sense, then you like the in shooting games, because they want to keep their aim very, very kind of in the same spot or something all the time. In order for them to like even just turn around and do stuff, they have like huge hand movements, moving the mouse like almost half a meter. Um, to like keep stability, I guess, for when they're shooting stuff. Okay, Derasp, if you are here, it's time to make a move. Otherwise, I'm gonna move on to some of the other challenges. Well, I guess so. You shouldn't be making long moves in 1 minute games. I guess that's one way to do it. Have you guys noticed that I am currently on more than 900,000 views? We might have to do a 1 million celebration at some point this year. I think the way that view count works is unique viewers per stream. So like it's not unique people overall, but for each stream, how many was a unique viewer? Um, and 100, 1 million is pretty good, I think. So it should be celebrated. But it's probably still a couple of months away. Okay, you got your chance. We're aborting the game and we're moving on to David Cresty. Let's see if we can make 2,900 today. That's incremental progress. Really, RVT? That sounds interesting. Maybe I'm just a very noisy mouse user. Okay, we're going for the Benker gambit-ish. And we have been denied our request for this gambit. I'm going to play a weird move here. We're going to put this knight in the middle, and it's going to kind of disrupt white's planned development while at the same time opening up for our bishop. But yeah, he could take with his bishop. Feels bad. We tried, didn't really work out. Now we're going to need to take this one back, and then he can get the exchange he wants. Oh well, we tried. So long as it feels comfy for you. Yeah, I don't really know. I don't really know what kind of. Ooh, that was a big mistake there by David. Very instructive though. We have a very closed pawn structure in which it's unlikely that more pawns will be exchanged off. And with 7 pawns each on the board, this is going to be the kind of position where the knights are completely dominating because there's too many pawns blocking the diagonals for the bishop. So being able to exchange the bishop for the knight there was a massive strategic achievement for me. And now I think white is going to be in some trouble. Thank you, Arvt. I really don't know how to pronounce that, but at the same time, I know so many like proper streamers who just they don't even try to say my name. I should probably change my Twitch name. But thank you, Irv. Irvt? Irv? Irv seems like more of a word than anything else. Thank you, Irv, for the 200 bits. I will try to be instructive more often so that your incentivizing works. I'm considering going here, but it looks kind of iffy. There, check, up. It could work. No, that was a horrible move. Horrible move. Yeah, but that's the problem. Sometimes, even in closed positions, the knight isn't that good. Because you have a lack of squares for it to use. In this instance, white could have just taken this one. But, when he's not taking my guys, that's good news for me. Do you prefer keeping the knight? Yes. We're going to keep the knight. We're going to get that one into a good location, such as this square. Threatening the queen, also potentially threatening something against the f2 pawn. But most importantly, white is going to have to give up the protection of either the c3 pawn or the a3 pawn. That's actually not true. White could go queen a1. That's the only way to keep that protection. But if queen a1, then I can go maybe queen c5. There's going to be problems at the very least. This check looks good. It's a bit of a nasty trap. Yes, that's the nasty trap, Lutzek. But I suspect he has discovered the problem. Otherwise, he wouldn't spend so much time in this position. But now this guy is just becoming a new queen. There's nothing he can do about it. Oh, he got it the first time, he didn't get it the second time. But yeah, his bishop was just stuck because his king couldn't move. And there was nothing he could do against my plan of moving the A pawn up the board. Another point, yes, we're getting there. Slowly but surely, Bunkinator. But after 2,900 comes 3,000. And that's going to be a bit of a challenge as well. Okay, I'm going back to my new foolproof opening. Okay, e5, early aggression here. We're going to respond by putting pressure on this e5 pawn, which was not dealt with properly by white. Well, Jake, didn't we have a good time last time that happened? Yeah, you're learning new things, Burns, a lot. New learnings right here. I had to be careful not to play king e7, because then he would have had knight d5. Could have been embarrassing. Jan has 3,200. Yes, he does. And I have no earthly idea how he made that happen. Because when I played against Jan, I crushed him with the black pieces. And you can check out my YouTube channel. I'm trying to remember my commands. More hammer? Yeah, check out my YouTube channel. I have the proof that Jan, despite having a much higher rating than me, it's not really that scary. It's time for a Yoon versus Jan deathmatch. Yeah, I could do that. But on the other hand, I also want to savor the big victory I had against Jan when we did what I would call a test death match. He plays a lot against weaker players, and every win is a point. What do you think I'm doing? Have you even been watching my stream? Or do you think you guys are just better at chess than Jan's audience? He plays more than you? That is just not true. I play way more than Jan. I'm streaming like 5 times more than him. Wow, very cool move by MK. Preventing me from getting my knight to c5. I think it's just making me reconsider how I'm going to maneuver my knights. I'm going to try to get this one to g7. And then I'm going to get this one to f6. Thailand Open pairings even softer than Kragecha? Yeah, I believe that. Let's try this one. Hey Adro, how are you doing? Is it just me or is MK playing a bit beyond his rating? He's being very sensible. I dislike it when my opponents are being sensible. How are we gonna tear down White's position? I think this knight is kind of annoying. But I don't see how I can get rid of it. Yeah, I don't know. I'm just gonna go back here. So he's gonna go g3. I'm gonna take his bishop. He's gonna take back. I'm gonna go h6. Knight has to go back, and I'm gonna go f5. Very aggressive. Aggressive. Both of Black's bishops look sad. Well, now one of them's gone, Noah. And this one's gonna be my big hero very soon. Okay, we're increasing the pressure. Hey, Turnip. Had any good vegetables lately? Anonymous, gifting a sub to Bunkinator. Thank you so much, Anonymous. Oof, I'm so sneaky. I feel very sneaky right now. I'm somewhat concerned White is going to sacrifice on my knight. I'm actually so concerned about that, I'm going to use my queen to protect. This is fine, right? I tried to count, but I'm pretty sure everything is protected. Every time your opponent has two rooks and a queen in the same on the same file, it's kind of scary. But sometimes it works out just fine. This looks good for Black. I agree. And so did MK, because he resigned. MK putting up a good fight. Yeah, I agree, Hanker. That was a good game from MK. He showed off his best game. Ooh, Dirk has challenged. I guess we'll do one more. Okay, we're continuing. We had such success 2 games in a row with this thing. We'll continue with this. Especially when he plays this D3 things. It's not really intimidating against our plan. We're just calmly getting our pieces into the game. Now for the next step. When is the World Championship match held? Burns a lot. It's in November. It's usually something like November 8th to November 25, 28, stuff like that, for 3 weeks, thereabouts. Ooh, is he gonna give me a bishop? He's such a tease. He made me think he was gonna give me a bishop. The country is not known yet. No, it's not, Mario. But I'm pretty certain it's gonna be Dubai. I think even the president of the Chess Federation was saying some stuff on some broadcast during the Gibraltar tournament that it's most likely gonna be Dubai. I kind of want to do this. I'm kind of tempted. Exchange sacrifices? We live for those, don't we? We like ourselves a good exchange sacrifice. We're gonna do it. What is the most likely location for the Pro Chess League finals? It's gonna be in Norway, Jake. The exact location is being announced tomorrow. And Dirk made a blunder. He made a blunder. He needed to go bishop h5 here. Get the counterattack against the rook. And then I was gonna capture his central pawns for compensation. He made a gift, not a blunder. Wow, he's very kind. He's very kind, Jake. Now, what was this? Was this another gift? I mean, I'm very spoiled for choice here. Taking the bishop is pretty good, but taking that bishop is also very good. I guess I'm just gonna take all of his guys. Oh, wow. Yeah, he's being very gifting. He's gifting a lot of pieces right now. Anyone else excited for Valentine's Day? Wow, what a comment. No one is excited for Valentine's Day. If you are, something is wrong. I wanted to make that move. Midgen, yeah, the thing is, he has knight h2. So I thought what I did was somewhat more accurate. You're the channel of a chess GM. Yeah, that's basically what I'm telling him, Mario. We're chess players. We don't do Valentines. Zugzwang TV with the rate of 29. Thank you so much, Zugzwang. How are you guys doing? I was actually planning to end the stream now, but we'll do a couple of extra games in your honor. If you are a Chess24 member and want to challenge me, there's instructions on how to do so in the chat. Yeah, so what Dirk should have done, number after f5, he should have gone bishop h5 with a counterattack against my rook. And then I was planning something like this. And it's a very interesting position. My light squared bishop pointing down toward his king would give me quite a bit of compensation for the rook. Since he took on f5, in this position he needed to go knight h2. But after takes, and knight back, I get this bishop on the diagonal without white even getting a rook some material in exchange for it. So this would be pretty bad for white. Okay, it turns out I have no new challenges. I'm gonna give you 2 more minutes to send a challenge. Otherwise, I think we're done for today, and I'm gonna start researching what other chess peeps are out there for us to raid. Ooh, Sam is streaming. Maybe we'll pay a visit to Sam. You can also get the raid, choose the raid yourself if you have saved some hammer points in the Twitch chat for 20,000 hammer points. It's like loyalty points, like airline miles. You can choose who we're gonna raid today. One of the benefits of watching in Twitch chat. Okay, we got some new challenges. Syrian, we played against, right? Or, yeah, Syrian got disconnected. We did play against Mario. So we'll do Syrian since he got disconnected in an earlier game, and then Etes. And that's it for today. That's going to be the end of this stream. 2 more games. Okay, we're having so much success with this opening. I'm just gonna keep doing that. It worked so well in the previous game against Dirk. Okay, Syrian is playing very quickly, very confidently, but do think I do think he's gonna end up in some trouble with a knight d3 making its impact on this game. And I think he's just gonna have to give up his rook. Feels bad. Okay, so he chose to keep his rook, but I'm not sure that was the right call. Because now I take his bishop, and look at those guys! Look at those monsters pointing in towards the black rooks. And suddenly, before we even really get to kick off this game, white has lost a pawn, but in addition, there's no way to stop black from playing e4 next, opening up for the bishop and pointing down towards the white rook. X-ray, yeah, that's what we call it. The bishop X-ray. You're starting your opening preparation. Would you like me to play the same opening, Etes? I have had a massive score so far today. Last 3 games. Dominating with the E6 D6 opening. Gonna play it over the board as well. I did play it over the board actually in the Norwegian Blitz Championship. But in the long time control games, no. This is too bad. Not good enough of an opening. Please don't do it to me. Okay. Etes would rather not get humiliated by some weird stuff. So we're gonna be nice to him. We're gonna play a proper opening. I shouldn't have played that. I'm kind of surprised he blocked his own bishop in. He could have played d6 followed by f4. Yeah, man, I am such a nice guy. I agree. Not so nice to Syrian, though, who is being crushed in a bad way. I think this should suffice. This also. And this should be good enough. So many options. Here takes. It's not checkmate though. Okay, here's what we're gonna do. Yeah, this is the idea. This is the play. We're gonna get him to move his queen. We're gonna entice him to move his queen away so that when we can get this checkmate. PPK coming in with the sub, and also Ulan gifting a sub to Dirk. Thank you so much, Ulan, for all the gifted subs today. Do you dabble in poker? I have my poker moments, but I'm not very good. And I don't really like stakes. I don't really like gambling. I realize you can't really play poker without stakes though, so there's that. I never play cash games. I only play tournaments. Okay, what are we gonna play? We're gonna play a Caracan. And Etes comes armed with potentially my my video repertoire. Has Etes been watching my series? I'm trying to remember what the theory is here. I can move this guy. What is going on? Is this normal? I don't think this is normal play, right? But why not? It makes some sense. My knight is very strange on this square. I should have just played the e6, d6 stuff. Now I'm starting to think early on. Okay, let's play this guy here. Okay, somehow we managed to transpose into the French advance, but with the knight on g3 instead of b1, probably massively favorable for white. What you gotta do here is you just gotta take this pawn and hope for the best. And probably we should take both pawns. We're just going to take as many pawns as we can and hope we survive. Seems fair enough. Queen b6 instead of e6. Ooh, turnip! That is, I think, the... Yes. Yes, you are absolutely correct. I completely messed up that opening. It makes sense why it's so bad for me right now. I messed that up. I didn't know my opening moves properly. But we out here, we took some pawns, and we're hoping we're not going to get punished for it. And we're just gonna retreat everyone. Just get back home with that queen as soon as possible. Pawn grabber 101. Yeah, sometimes it's the best strat, Jake. Oftentimes, even. Let's just... I think she's gonna go all the way home. And then I'm hopeful I don't get checkmated. Yes, he can come give a check, but the question is, does he have anything more than a little spiteful check? Because if he doesn't, there's a real risk that that knight is never coming back home. Do you think Magnus is a genius? That's quite a question, Morning. I don't think so, no. But I think also a lot of... It's very different what people put into the term genius. I think he's a magnificent chess player. Really, really amazing. Best ever. But I wouldn't say he's a genius. And I think also the fact that I've grown up with Magnus means that I have maybe a different way of looking at him than, you know, people who think he's this international superstar. To me, he's just Magnus. Yeah, that joke doesn't work in English, Fiata Man, but I understood what you were trying to do. Okay, so he's going to go queen g4 and try to sacrifice on g6. And frankly, I don't care. I think we're going to allow him to do that. We're just going to move our king out of the way. I kind of regret my decision, but I've made it, and now I gotta live with it. Yeah, I regret doing what I did. I have regrets. Regrets, I've had a few. Oh yeah, I shouldn't have castled. Why did I castle? I'm just voluntarily putting my king in danger. It makes no sense. Yeah, that was really, really bad. I thought, for some reason, I thought, oh, I can go knight f8 and I'm not getting checkmated, but you know, there's other bad things happening. Yeah, I'm slightly dead. Slightly dead. We'll see if we can survive. I think we're gonna move the knight and then attack the bishop. He's attacking here. Okay. I'm running out of pieces to protect this square. Yeah, he kind of noticed. And also I should have put my queen on f8 because then I could have gone king g8 after. I ran out of pieces to defend the f7 square and now I had to give away my bishop. And that bishop was holding the whole thing together. Although he just blundered. Inexplicably. But it's still dangerous. It's still so dangerous. Ridiculously dangerous. Even though he blundered just a clean piece, it's still so dangerous for me. This is freaky. Okay, at least we're providing the entertainment in the last game of the day. Okay, I'm gonna try this one. I'm surprised I didn't make this move earlier. Because now we're having more of a blockade going on. Oh, I forgot I'm very low on time. Wow, he was very good at making freaky pre-moves. But in the end, he didn't play the freaky pre-moves or the freaky unexpected moves quickly enough. Dirty, that was, no. That was not a dirty flag. We had this discussion yesterday and this does not qualify. This was a justifiable flagging after having a completely winning position and ending up with a losing position but because I needed to keep the pace up. He was just playing crazy moves that entire end. Not dirty flag, not at all. Yeah, good game, Antes. That was close. Clean win is maybe also a bit too far on the other specter, Slick. But it was somewhere between a clean win and a dirty flag. Somewhere between there. Do you think it's easier to be a GM nowadays or 20 years ago? Well, it's much easier these days, Dormali. Much easier. There's the number of grandmasters in the world has increased radically, and it's partly because of natural inflation, but it's also partly because it's easier to get the tools to get good at chess, which means that more people are good at chess, and which means more people are gonna get the grandmaster title. Okay, we're sending out a raid. And if Mr. Sam is still streaming, I think we're gonna send it to him.
Manual on Booker.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair,
Thank you everyone for hanging out. I'll be back on Friday, I think. And I'll see you then. Bye everyone. Yeah, he was trying to flag me. I was just defending myself morning.